Hi there everyone, my name's Chris Rosser and I'm Head of Field Applications at Flusso. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of our new FSE-112 flow sensor module that you can use to measure mass flow, volumetric flow or differential pressure in both the forward and reverse direction in your application. We're going to start with an overview of the module on the bench, we're going to look at how to install it into a flow path, and I'm also going to take you through the calibration procedure so that you can be up and running, measuring flow with exceptional accuracy as quickly as possible. Let's not waste any more time, let's dive right into it. I'd like to start by showing you the Flusso FSE-112 flow sensor module. As you can see, this module is a small PCB, 16 by 22 millimeters, and it's able to measure mass flow, volumetric flow, and differential pressure in both the positive and negative flow directions. On this side of the board, you can see the connector for the module, which is a 2 by 5 way box header connector with a 1.27 millimeter pitch. And there's also this microcontroller here, which drives and reads the flow sensor on the other side of the board to provide the flow readings over that digital I2C interface. If I turn the module over, you can see the FLS-112 flow sensor on the back side of the board, complete with a gasket to seal into your flow fixture. There are also M2 mounting holes here so that you can screw this module down to your flow path, get a good seal, and also strain relieve the board against any movement. To install the FSE-112 into your product, you'll need a mounting pattern as shown here with some screw holes and a pocket for the sensor. And the geometry of this mounting is available on the customer portal. To install the sensor board, you just need to insert the sensor into the sensor pocket and then secure the PCB with a couple of screws. Now I'm using M2 machine screws into metal inserts here, which is ideal if you think the sensor board might need to be taken out and replaced occasionally. But if you intend to install the sensor board only once, you could also use plastic self-tapping screws as well. Once the board's installed like this, you should get a good seal with the flow path, and also the board is strain relieved against any movement of the flow fixture. To calibrate your FSE-112 module, you're going to need a test setup similar to what I have here, with a reference flow source. In this case, I'm using an AliCat mass flow controller, a source of air, and some way to communicate with the module. So here I'm using the Flusso USB to I2C adapter, but you could communicate with the module over any I2C capable device, for example, the host microcontroller in your product. Once you have the setup like this, you're ready to calibrate the sensor and achieve exceptional accuracy in your system. Calibrating the FSE-112 module couldn't be easier, whether you're using the evaluation kit GUI like I am here, or using pure I2C transactions. The process is the same. The first thing you're going to want to do is to make sure there's no flow through the sensor and perform a flow temperature offset calibration. Here you enter the ambient device temperature, which in my case is 24 degrees, and that will determine the T-flow offset correction. Then you're going to want to determine the 0 point correction. So again, with no flow through the sensor, just simply perform a 0 point offset. Once those two procedures are complete, the device is going to have a good measure of 0 point, and so now we can perform a full calibration. Using the calibration window in the GUI, we're going to choose our measurement basis. I'm going to be measuring mass flow, and our measurement units. In my case, I'm going to be measuring in SLPM. Using a cubic calibration curve, this is going to be typical for most standard range applications, and our flow pressure is going to be set manually at 101.3 kPa. Now we go through the set points, and I'm going to be using 3 set points at 10, 50 and 90% of my measurement range, which in this case is going to be 0.3, 1.5 and 2.7 litres a minute. So I'll start with the 0 point offset again, perform that, and then I'll enter my first set point, 0.3 litres a minute, and then I'll turn on the pump and set 0.3 litres on my flow controller. Once the flow is stabilized, I can perform the calibration. And then I'm going to repeat the set point for 1.5 litres. and 2.7 litres per minute. Once the 3 calibration set points have been entered, you can click Calibrate. If you want to perform a reverse flow calibration, just set the fixture up so that flow is passing in the opposite direction. And then enter negative set points in the calibration procedure. So again, we're going to perform a 0-point offset. And this time we're going to enter minus 0.3 litres per minute. Minus 1.5 litres per minute. And minus 2.7 litres per minute. And then we click Calibrate for reverse flow. Once the calibration is complete, there's this calibration report screen where you can copy the calibration data to the clipboard if you want to record it, and you can also see the calibration curves both for the forward and reverse flow direction. I hope you enjoyed this overview of the FSE-112 flow sensing module. If you'd like more information, including datasheets and documentation, you can find those at the link in the description below. Until next time, from myself and everyone at Flusso, I hope you have a great day.